Right now, as the record-breaking El Nino heat waves base the planet, we are witnessing the temperatures break all-time record across Europe, Asia, and America. The real threat isn't just the heat, it's what the heat is taking away. For over centuries, superpowers grew up war plants around oil. You can replace oil with batteries, solar, nuclear power, but the one thing that you cannot replace is water. The climate super shocks are accelerating a hidden crisis. As aquifers dry up, glaciers are melting up at a faster rate, nations are building mega dams to block the water supply of the neighboring nations. And Wall Street are trading water future like trade stocks. Welcome to the era of blue gold, where the war in futures won't be fought for oil, lithium, or rare earths. It will be fought for river basins. It will be fought for water. To see how water war starts, look at northeastern Africa. Egypt relies on the Nile River for over 95% of its fresh water. But as this year's global heat wave dries up regional rainfall, the buffer for error has vanished. Upstream, Ethiopia built Africa's largest hydroelectric project, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Ethiopia views it as essential to bring electricity to over 50 million citizens. The catch is, during severe El Nino droughts, if Ethiopia holds back water to keep its power grid running, the downstream flow into Egypt plummets. Egypt has called the Nile water access as existential threat. When a nation's drinking water supply and agriculture depends on a valve controlled by a foreign nation, diplomacy breaks down fast. If Nile is a regional flashpoint, Asia is a ticking time bomb. Nearly 1.8 billion people across Asia rely on fresh water flowing directly from the glaciers and the rivers of the Tibetan plateau. When intense heat waves accelerating Himalayan glaciers melt, long-term water flow are becoming unpredictable. Sitting directly on the top of the supply is China, which has embarked on an unprecedented dam building campaign along these cross-border rivers. China is constructing the mega-scale Medoc hydropower station near the Indian borders. Controlling these headwaters gives Beijing upstream leverage over India and Bangladesh. During extreme weather events, releasing water can flood downstream farmland. During El Nino droughts, withholding it can trigger devastating crop failure downstream. Water infrastructure has become a primary instrument of geopolitical power. Facing a future where rivers dry up, rainfall vanishes, nations are turning towards the ultimate reservoirs, the world's oceans. Today, there are over 20,000 desalination plants across 170 countries that converts millions of gallons of seawater into fresh drinking water every day. For coastal economies, it seems like an ultimate silver bullet. Different nations are taking radical steps to build their way out of drought. The Gulf states, Middle Eastern nations rely heavily on the sea. Over 70% of drinking water in Saudi Arabia and roughly 42% in the UAE come straight out of high-capacity desalination plants. Israel transformed itself into a water-scarred nation into a regional water exporter, meeting over 80% of its domestic municipal water needs through reverse osmosis plant along the Mediterranean coast. Morocco is building massive multi-billion-dollar coastal plant to irrigate dying agriculture sector amidst record North African heat waves. California constructed the $1 billion Carlsbad Desalination plant to supply San Diego country with tens of millions of gallons of drinking water daily. On papers, drinking ocean water sounds like a miracle, but in physics and chemistry, there is no free lunch. Extreme energy consumption and toxic marine destruction. First thing is extreme energy consumption. Forcing billions of gallons of water through microscopic filters require huge amount of electricity, meaning many plants burn fossil fuels to create fresh water, emitting the very carbon that triggered the heat wave in the first place. Second and far more dangerous is brine. What happens to all that concentrated salt? It gets pumped back straight into the sea. It isn't just salt. The slurry waste is superheated, stripped out of oxygen, and laced with anti-scaling chemicals, heavy metals, and chlorine that is used to clean the pipes. Because brine is far denser than normal seawater, it sinks directly to the ocean floor like a blanket of chemical sludge, starves underwater ecosystem of oxygen, and creates massive toxic dead zones near coastline. By turning ocean into a drinking tap, we are slowly poisoning the very marine food chain that support human life. As heat waves stress global municipal networks, water is transforming into a speculative financial commodity. Through the Nasdaq Wells California Water Index, hedge funds and institutional investors can trade future contracts on water, monetizing scarcity much like oil or wheat. Private firms can actively acquire vast tracts of land overlying critical underground aquifers. As surface water sources dry up under global heat stress, controlling subterranean freshwater reserves offers unprecedented financial leverage over future food production. Oil defined the geopolitics of the 20th century. Humanity survived for years without oil, lithium, and rare earths. But the one thing that we cannot survive is water. We cannot survive even 3 days without water. As record heat waves push global ecosystem to the brink, freshwater is transitioning from basic human right to the planet's most fiercely contested strategic asset. If you found this breakdown valuable, click like and subscribe for weekly deep dives on global economics and resource geopolitics. Leave a comment below. Will international treaties successfully protect shared water rights, or are water wars inevitable? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next week.